We're about 14 minutes now past 4 o'clock. Well, Fredericton band Free to Grow have just released a new album online with wider distribution to come in November. It's called Assorted Ruminations, and this is just a bit of Walk Freely. Walk Freely from their latest album. Jeff Patch plays guitar and writes music for the band. Hi there, Jeff.
Hello.
Congratulations on the album.
Thank you very much.
So how did you approach this one?
Well, this one, which is now our sixth one in total.
Wow.
It's just, the songs keep coming out in terms of I keep writing them. Also, I've got a backlog of songs from the past that I bring forward, and I had unfinished ones. So it's a mixed collection of tunes, and the album title, Assorted Ruminations, reflects that it's a bunch of different thoughts and things that went into a variety of different songs.
That makes sense. The title makes good sense. We played a bit of Walk Freely in the introduction. What can you share about that song?
Well, that's Josh Sangster, who is a local musician with Honeygut, a band. We've collaborated before on a previous album, and he had sent me part of that song, the original mandolin parts, etc. And then I took it and Free to Growed it. Added electric guitar and backing vocals, and kind of rocked it up a bit. It still has a folky element, and it went from there.
It went from there. And who wrote the lyrics?
I can't tell you because I forget, because this is one of the ones, it was one we started to work on during the pandemic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then it was set aside, and it wasn't ready for that album. And then I kind of dug it up when I was looking through past stuff, and I thought, oh, this is too good to leave alone. And so I worked on it, and I thought Josh had wrote the lyrics, and because it's a love song, and that's more along his line, I think, than my line. But then I found a document which showed it written, and it said by Jeff Patch. So I can't tell you. I would have said a week ago or so, or that Josh wrote it, and maybe I'll stick to that.
It sounds like this has been quite a collaboration, this album.
Well, once again, I went into this one because we often collaborate with a bunch of people, and the album that we released last year had, a total of 17 people, so not just the people who were regularly with the band, but all kinds of guest artists. And I said, this next one, I'm going to stick to, more people within the band. So it's down to 15 people in total contributed to it. So
the song that we're going to play in its entirety is Northwest Miramichi. Now, this is very much your song, is it not?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me the story.
There's a little part to that.
Okay.
I used to live on the banks of the Northwest Miramichi when I worked in what was Newcastle at the time. And when I lived alongside the river, there's things that you observe when you're living by water that change every day and that are wonderful. So it's a reflection of observations I made when I'm living by the river. I saw otters and eagles flying by, and salmon, and fishermen in boats. And so the lyrics reflect a number of observations from when I lived there. So it was entirely my own song that I probably wrote initially 20 years ago.
Wow.
But then when I brought it to the band, Natalie Thibodeau, who does the wonderful lead vocals on the song, she said, do you mind if I try and tweak the melody a bit? And I said, okay, well, I want to hear what you can do. And she did it. And so she changed the melody a bit and made it even better and sang it wonderfully. So it's a Jeff Patch, Natalie Thibodeau co-write, given her contribution.
And there's a video for this one as well. It's got a lot of beautiful scenery in it. How did you do that?
Well, it's quite recent because we're just, released the song. So I have a drone, and I went up to where I used to live on the Miramichi, and I took a number of drone shots looking different areas. And so that was a big part of what was mixed in with the singing of the music with that in the background. And also some performances of the band playing the song live, which we've done several times in several places.
Yeah. Speaking of live, you've got a big release show coming up before too long. What's planned for that, Jeff?
Well, it's November 1.
Yeah.
It's at the Charlotte Street Art Center. And so there's a Facebook event, and there's also on our website. So if people want to buy advance tickets, they are available. And interesting enough, we were selling early bird tickets until today, October 15th. So until midnight tonight, you get a chance to get the tickets at a slightly lower price. Thanks to the Charlotte Street Art Center for hosting this event.
And you have an opener with this?
Yes, Keegan and the Vandalorians. So they're another band and friends who play original music.
Yeah.
And I had this notion that I'd like to start a series, so we'll see how that goes, of original recording artists, starting in the Fredericton area, that we'd record video and audio of the performances. And so it would have an opportunity to provide artists with a means to, apply to festivals or to promote themselves by having those kinds of media in play. So I thought it'd be interesting because we see a lot of the bands going elsewhere to get that kind of thing done. And, why not here? We can take audio and video of performances and do them up in a good quality and then have them available for distribution and promotion of the bands.
We'll be interested to see what happens with that. Now, with this show, will every member of the band be there, Jeff? Or are you going to be 15 on stage?
No. We'll have a select group. It'll be primarily the band. We're going to have a couple guests at least. And so Chris Brown from Sleepy Driver is going to help with a couple of tunes because he's a friend. And sometimes with songs like with Walk Freely, it starts with the mandolin and the guitar, and I can't play both at the same time. So it's always helpful to have somebody to help because, my skills are limited.
Well, yeah, you've only got the two hands.
And Doug Schwartz, who's another friend of the band and who co-wrote the Lady of the North song, he'll be there to play some harmonica. And we might have a couple other surprises up our sleeve. I'm
sure of it. Okay, we're going to spin Northwest Miramichi from the album. Thanks so much for this, Jeff.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
That's Jeff Patch with Free to Grow. Assorted Ruminations is available on the band's website and Bandcamp now with wider distribution on November the 1st. That is also the date of the band's release show happening at the Charlotte Street Art Center. Tickets available now. Here is Free to Grow with Northwest Miramichi. Free to Grow with Northwest Miramichi from the new album Assorted Ruminations. We are 27 minutes now past 4 o'clock.